Good morning, everyone, and welcome to SCAD Style 2025 for Refinery 29's Next in Gaming Life's a Simulation with Jiyoon Yoon and Melissa Young. My name is Jonah Song, and I'm a graduate jewelry design student from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, we're diving into the world of gaming and user interface design with an exclusive look at one of 2025's most buzzed about releases, inZOI. Guiding us through this conversation is Refinery 29's entertainment director, Melissa Young, an industry leader who has built her career spotlighting the intersections of gaming, fashion, beauty, and culture. Melissa's award-nominated Good Game franchise has redefined gaming content, making space for women and femme gamers around the globe. Joining her is Jiyoon Yoon, the lead UI designer at Krafton, the creative force shaping inZOI's stunning and intuitive design. Together, they'll discuss how groundbreaking UI brings life simulation to new heights, and we'll even witness a live demo. So sit back, plug in, and get ready to imagine worlds where you can shape your own destiny. Please join me in welcoming Jiyoon Yoon, her translator Erica Kim, and Melissa Young.
I think we're live now. Hi, everyone. How's it going? I'm Melissa Yang, the entertainment director at Refinery 29, and I'm so beyond thrilled to be joined by Jiyoon Yoon, who is the lead UI designer with inZOI, as well as Erica Kim, who's going to be providing amazing translations. And I just want to let everybody know here that we are streaming live on Twitch right now. So hi, everybody who's watching online. It's going to be a great conversation. I want to open it up by asking, how many people have heard of The Sims, played The Sims, know of The Sims? All right, we got a lot of Simmers here. This is going to be an amazing demo for you as well, because this is the newest life simulation game called inZOI, brought to you by Krafton, a Korea-based company. I want to open it up by asking Jiyoon, can you describe to us what is inZOI?
인조이는 인생 시뮬레이션 게임이에요. 그래서 유저들이 자신의 원하는 삶을 살 수 있도록 시뮬레이션하는 게임이라고 할 수 있겠습니다.
Yes, inZOI is a life simulation game. It's a game that allows players to craft their own desired life.
Yes, and I think the best way for us to really understand the expansiveness of what inZOI is by checking out the game trailer. So we're going to play that right now. So as you can see, the game actually went into early access launch this past Friday. So it's, or past Friday, last Friday. I'm getting my days mixed up. Sorry, I'm coming from Los Angeles. But it's been incredible seeing the response to the game so far. Jiyoon, I want to know, Krafton is probably best known for its battle royale game, PUBG. Why did the studio want to jump into the life simulation genre?
일단 PUBG가 2017년에 처음 공개되고 나서 정말 많은 사랑을 받았었는데, 그 이후로도 이제 크래프톤에서는 여러 신작 프로젝트를 하려고 시도를 많이 했었어요. 그래서 인조이는 그 신작 프로세스를 통과한 프로젝트였고요. 거기서 이제 여겨지는 여러 요건들은 일단 시장성이 있는지, 그리고 어떤 독창성이 있는지, 그리고 어떤 창의성이 있는지를 기준으로 회사에서 프로세스를 통해서 통과된 프로젝트입니다.
So since PUBG was released in 2017, it received a lot of love. And Krafton's philosophy is that it wants to really push for new attempts in new genres based on that success. And we have a new title process where you can gain approval for new projects within the company. The standards used in deciding whether a project is greenlighted is the project's marketability, creativity, and uniqueness. And Inzoi actually passed all those marks and was greenlighted.
That's incredible. And we were talking a little bit about, the studio and how many people are working on Inzoi. I want to be clear here. How many people are working on the game Inzoi, and how many designers do you actually have on your team?
일단 현재 그 인조이 스튜디오 인원은 150명 정도고요. 그 중에서도 이제 UI 디자인 팀은 단 3명입니다. 그리고 저희가 개발한 지 2년이 됐는데 첫 1년 동안은 거의 50명 이하의 인원에서 개발을 했고 최근 1년에 들어서야 100명이 좀 넘었다. 이렇게 말씀드릴 수 있겠습니다.
So right now, Inzoi Studio is comprised of 150 people, and we have 3 people actually in the UI team only. The game has been in development for 2 years. In the first year, we had less than 50 people working on the game. Only in the recent year did we reach over 100.
I really wanted to lay out that foundation just so that everyone can really understand what is possible with the number of people that you have. And so what I would love to do is dive into the game itself. We have an awesome demo planned for you. So Chiun and Eric are going to go set that up. In the meantime, I would love to know, Chiun, how do you define good UI? Just from your experience, what do you always want to emphasize and look for in your work?
일단 저는 항상 좋은 UI의 조건으로 3가지를 말씀하는데요. 첫 번째로는 일단 몰입, 두 번째로는 신미성, 세 번째로는 일관성입니다.
Isn't that stunning? It's absolutely, I love that opening cutscene because I just think it's so pretty and so beautiful.
Let me translate that.
Yes, yes,
before we
yes.
move
Please
on.
get the answer.
So I believe good UI is made up of 3 components. The first is immersion, second is aesthetics, third is consistency.
What was the last one? Consistency?
Consistency.
Yes. Look at this cat. Isn't that so cute? What is the story behind the cat? We need to know this.
네, 되게 큰 세계관이 있는데요. 일단 여기 보이시는 이 책상이 이 유저가 직접 일하게 되는 공간이에요. 그래서 유저는 AR 컴퍼니라는 회사에 입사하게 되는 컨셉으로 자신의 자리를 배정받게 되고요. 그 책상 위에는 자신의 상사인 사이캣이라는 고양이가 지켜보고 있는 설정입니다.
And we actually have extensive lore behind the game. This desk is the player's workspace, and the lore is that you are a new employee at this company called AR Company, and this is the seat that you're assigned. Cat, which is the cat you see here, is actually your boss.
I know some of us would prefer this. Just kidding. So walk us through your design process, Chiun. As lead UI designer, where do you even start? Where at the point of the game creation does UI design come in?
가장 처음부터 시작이 됐고요. 저희가 라이프 시뮬레이션 게임 장르를 이제 만들어야겠다라고 방향을 세팅한 순간부터 이 리얼한 시뮬레이션, 라이프 시뮬레이션을 표현하기 위해서는 어떤 UI가 필요할까, 어떤 UX가 필요할까는 가장 처음부터 고민이 됐던 것 같습니다.
And we actually thought of that from the start. Ever since we had decided that we were going to build a life sim, we started thinking and asking ourselves, for a real simulation, what kind of UI and what kind of UX should we aim for?
And what were sort of your North Stars? What were your guiding principles?
일단 인조이 UI의 시작은 리얼한 그래픽에 가장 어울리는 UI가 무엇일까라는 질문에서 시작이 됐고요. 그에 대한 결론으로는 일단 전통적인 게임 UI들의 방식보다는 현실의 일상 속의 어떤 IT 서비스들, 일상 속의 서비스들에서 오는 어떤 경험이 주요하다고 생각했고 그런 식으로 디자인을 했던 것 같습니다.
So when we first started planning the UI for Inzoi, we started with the question, okay, what kind of UI would go with realistic graphics? And we didn't want to follow the traditional UIs that you can find in other games. We mostly looked to real life IT services or real life experiences to find inspiration.
I love that. And I think it makes a lot of sense. So maybe we jump into the first mode. If you're familiar with life sim games, obviously there's the character creation mode, the build mode, and then the actual life experience gameplay. So we're diving into the character creation now. So let's talk a little bit about this, 'cause I feel like this fits what you're describing in terms of the IT feel. What were the reference points you were using for the character creation mode?
네. 일단 왼쪽에는 캐릭터의 정보를 세팅할 수 있는 공간이 있고요. 오른쪽에는 이 캐릭터의 외모를 세팅할 수 있는 공간이 있습니다. 그래서 각 공간을 양옆으로 분리하는 레이아웃을 줬고요. 조금 더 방금 로비에서 보신 타블렛 속에 있는 세상이기 때문에 이 타블렛 속의 인터페이스라는 느낌이 들도록 디자인했습니다.
So on the left, you can see we have the basic information of the character, which we call Zois. And then to the right, we have the menus related to cosmetics. The concept is that you're actually working on the tablet that you just saw on your desk in the lobby. And so we wanted to make the UI feel like something you would see on a tablet, like the UI of the tablet.
Very, very cool. And I think the graphics are just incredible. Let's maybe create a Zoe together. Yeah? What are we thinking? Does anybody in the audience want to make a suggestion? Hair color, hairstyle, clothes? No, let's not make me, please. She looks cool. I like her. And maybe do you want to talk a little bit about all the customization that you can do for when creating your character?
네, 일단 아래쪽에 보시면 조이 프리셋, 그리고 페이스, 바디, 아웃핏, 액세서리즈 앤 크래프트 이런 메뉴들이 있고요. 각 메뉴들을 선택하면서 이제 커스터마이즈를 진행하실 수 있습니다.
Yeah, so you can see below we have these tabs, Zoe presets, face, body, outfit, accessories, and craft. You click on each of the tabs to adjust each of the options.
And everything is customizable, right? From the different, muscle tones to, the size of your head. You can really make it your own, right?
네, 맞습니다. 그래서 지금 이제 저희가 얼리 액세스 4일차인데요. 보시면 많은 유저들이 이 커스터마이징 기능을 통해서 자기가 원하는 얼굴이나 연예인 등의 얼굴을 만들어서 올리신 걸 보실 수도 있으세요.
So yeah, it's only been 4 days into early access, but we found a lot of players have created their own characters, maybe even taken to the likeness of celebrities and uploaded them to our online Canvas service.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all know that design can really dictate how players experience and immerse themselves into a game. What did you want players to feel while they were in the character creation mode through your UI?
일단 가장 원했던 거는 실존감이에요. 그래서 유저가 마치 자기가 직접 거울에 앉아서 메이크업을 하거나 이제 외출하기 전에 옷을 갈아입거나 하는 경험을 그대로 녹일 수 있게끔 보통 외출하기 전에 하는 그 과정과 플로우를 따라서 UI를 설계를 했습니다.
So really focused on the idea of wanting the player to feel a sense of presence, like a sense of building their own identity. We wanted them to feel like they were sitting in front of a mirror and kind of sprucing themselves up before going out and like trying out different outfits before they went out. We try to follow that flow of yourself in real life, trying to prepare for an outing.
Yeah, and I think the part where you can really make it your own, whether it's a reflection of yourself or someone around you, I think just speaks to character representation. That's always been a big topic when it comes to gaming itself. And I know this allows you to really explore and make sure that you feel seen in your own game. So I think that's really wonderful. So how do you make sure though that functionality and design go hand in hand? Because that's a big part too about the gamer experience.
그 부분이 정말 어려웠는데요. 우선은 일단 그 simple is best라는 유명한 말이 있잖아요. 거기서 가장 많은 영감을 받아서 기본적으로 첫 인상에서 주는 거는 굉장히 심플하게 가져가고 그 다음에 추가적인 정보들이 필요할 때 뎁스를 하나 둬서 거기에 추가적인 어떤 시스템을 넣는 방식으로 진행을 했습니다. 그래서 최대한 계층을 중요시했던 것 같아요.
Yeah, that was very difficult, but we went by the mantra that simple is best. And so at first glance, we wanted everything to look really simple. And if you wanted more details, then you could click on like icons or menus to find more depth. So we really try to think about the information hierarchy and how we would display that on the screen.
I think that's super interesting because you'll see that later on too when we're actually in both the build mode as well as the gameplay, how layered all the menus and all the information is. I think our person looks pretty good. I also love the nail art. That's really, really cool. As a nail girly myself, I love to see it. I did want to highlight the studio feature because that is something that is unique to Inzoi. Can you walk us through it?
네, 여기 왼쪽 아래에 보시면 스튜디오라는 버튼이 있고요. 이 버튼을 누르면 이렇게 지금 현재 캐릭터가 서 있는 공간을 바꿔서 내가 만들고 싶은 캐릭터가 모든 환경에 어떻게 보이는지를 확인하실 수 있습니다.
Yeah, there's a button called Studio on the lower left of your screen. If you click on it, you can send your character or Zoe to a different space and you can kind of see what your character looks like in all these different spaces.
And different lighting, different everything. I also love that the studio default setting here is basically she's a content creator with a light ring. It's a nice little detail, feels very, very true. Also with the gaming chair. I think this is really cool because obviously when you're in character creation, how you experience your Zoe or your character in game is going to be different than often how you see it in a character creation mode, right? So this is your way to really see all the different ways that your Zoe will exist. Okay. She's ready to party. Maybe let's move her in, yes, to her home.
네, 이렇게 이제 캐릭터를 만들게 되면 여기 이 버튼을 눌러서 추가적인 패밀리 멤버를 추가할 수도 있고 아니면 그냥 1인 가족으로 Create Family에서 시작을 할 수도 있습니다.
So after you're done customizing your Zoe, you can add more family members, as you can see in the button at the bottom center, or you can just decide to go with the single Zoe and move them in.
그리고 시작하게 되면 요 방금 본 이 가족을 이 월드에 진입하는 걸 허가한다는 고양이 상사의 허가 장면이 나오게 됩니다.
Once we do this, you're going to be able to see your boss approve the creation of your world and your family moving in.
You always need to get the green light from your boss before you do anything. All right, so what are we seeing here now?
여기는 이제 유저가 플레이할 수 있는 도시들이고요. 지금 현재까지는 서울을 배경으로 한 도원과 이 미국 LA를 모티브로 한 블리스베이 이렇게 두 가지를 즐기실 수 있습니다. 쿠친쿠는 8월 중에 출시 예정입니다.
So what you see here are the cities that you can play in Inzoi. We have Towon, which is inspired by Seoul. We have Bliss Bay, inspired by Los Angeles. And we also have Kuchinku. This is going to be released in August.
And I do want to highlight the fact that there are a lot of game updates already planned ahead of time, right?
네, 맞습니다. 거의
Yep.
지금 어제 오늘 뭐 그저께 다 핫픽스 업데이트도 하고 있고요. 그리고 짧은 단위로도 유저들의 피드백을 반영한 업데이트를 진행하고 그리고 말씀드린 것처럼 5월, 8월에 이런 거대한 컨텐츠들이 들어가는 업데이트들이 있을 예정입니다.
Yeah, over the last 3 days, every day, we've been rolling out hotfixes, and we also have short-term updates coming up. We have big updates coming up in May and August as well.
Amazing. All right, where should we move in our Zoi? Should we go to Toan or should we go to Bliss Bay? What are we thinking?
여러분들에게 좀 여쭤봐도 될 것 같습니다.
I think we'll ask the audience.
Bliss Bay. All right. We're going to the west side.
그래서 여기 보이는 이 지구본 모양의 월드가 방금 유저가 직접 생성한 캐릭터를 만들고 고양이 상사한테 허락을 받은 그 월드의 모습을 보여주고 있습니다.
So this globe that you see in the loading screen is actually the world that you got approved to create.
Amazing, amazing. I did want to ask, you know, we talked a little bit about the fact that the game has been launched for 4 days. How do you decide what sort of community feedback you take and try to implement and address and what, you know, might not be possible or what you sort of leave behind?
일단 대부분 유저들이 많이 말씀하시는 것, 다양한 국가에서 다양한 문화권에서 반복적으로 얘기가 나오는 거는 무조건적으로 넣으려고 노력을 하고요. 다만 이제 기술적으로 좀 힘든 것들은 시간이 좀 걸릴 수는 있을 것 같습니다. 뭐 예를 들어서 이제 최근 3일 동안 제일 얘기가 많이 나온 게 조이의 나이가 먹지 않게 해달라 였는데 그건 저희가 빠른 시일 내에 준비를 하려고 있습니다.
Yeah, we actually try to gauge what feedback came out the most frequently. So if we observe that some type of feedback comes out very frequently in all different regions of the world, then we're definitely putting that in. But if there are any technical difficulties attached to the feedback that we get, then that item of feedback might take some time. Over the past 3 days, the biggest feedback that we've been seeing is that they want a no aging feature. I think we'll be able to add that soon.
Oh, amazing. As you know, gamers have opinions and they always want to make sure that they're heard. So walk me through this map mode because what I find really interesting about this is that the city map is displayed as 3-dimensional on a tablet, which is usually displaying 2D images, right? It's a very subtle and very fresh way to think about mapping. How did this come together?
일단 아까 로비에서도 보셨던 그 유저의 책상, 입사하게 된 이 회사의 책상의 전경이 여기에 이렇게 보이게 돼 있고요. 그걸 통해서 아실 수 있듯이 유저들이 방금 이 아이패드가 아니라 패드를 통해서 생성한 이 월드 위에 지도가 있는 것이기 때문에 게임 세계관적으로 굉장히 자연스러운 흐름이라고 보실 수 있겠습니다.
So as you can notice around the tablet, you have your desk that you just saw in the lobby, and this pad, this tablet, shows you a map of that world that you had created. And so we kind of try to follow that natural flow of having your world approved and then getting to see the world and then jumping in.
Very, very cool. Let's move Samantha in somewhere. Where should we move her into?
여기가 적당할 것 같습니다.
Yeah, I think this looks fine.
As with life simulation games, there's all these different modes, and for some gamers, creating characters is all they want to do. For others, all they want to do is just build houses. I myself am a builder. I will spend hours upon hours building the perfect home. So I'm personally very, very excited about this mode. What I want to kind of dive into first is I find it interesting that as soon as you load into the game itself, this is essentially your guide, your user guide on how to play the game. Why did we go this route instead of, say, a tutorial?
일단 인조이는 굉장히 어떻게 유저한테 방향성을 강요하지 않는 유저들이 직접 자신의 플레이를 만들어가는 그런 방향성이 있기 때문에 이 튜토리얼도 전통적인 방식처럼 뭔가 정해진 플로우에 따라서 제공하기보다는 이제 유저가 필요한 순간에 필요한 것을 언제든지 찾아볼 수 있게 하는 방식이 되게 자연스럽기도 했고요. 그리고 또 다른 이유로는 이 튜토리얼 개발이 굉장히 시간과 노력이 많이 들기도 하고 저희가 거의 출시 직전까지도 굉장히 많은 컨텐츠 업데이트를 했기 때문에 그런 전통적인 방식을 현실적으로 물리적으로도 하기 어려웠던 게 있습니다.
So in Inzoi, the idea is that we don't want to force players to play any one way. We want the players to decide how they want to play the game themselves. And so we didn't want to have a tutorial that would just define the gameplay flow for them. We wanted them to look for the information that they wanted when they need it. And so that was one idea. Another reason was that developing a tutorial actually takes a lot of time and effort. And even up to the release, we were adding new features. So it just wasn't feasible to build a full tutorial.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, games can kind of have their own lore, their own memes, their own sort of experience depending on how players want to shape it. So it definitely makes sense for a game like this where you're literally defining your own destiny to go this route. So maybe we can walk through the build menu and build our home.
네, 일단 이 위에서부터 봐주시면 이 빌딩을 되게 어려워하는 유저들을 위해 미리 준비된 프리셋들이 있고요.
Okay, if you look up here, we have a lot of different menus. The first thing is presets for those people who find building homes too difficult.
네, 그래서 나는 집 짓기 너무 어렵다 하는 분들은 이렇게 사용해 주시면 되고 또는 내가 처음부터 집을 짓고 싶다 하시는 분들은 두 번째 탭인 빌딩 탭에서 시작을 하실 수 있겠습니다.
So if building isn't your thing, you can just work on a preset, or if you want to build from scratch, you can move on to building tab and just start building your home.
네, 이렇게 벽을 세우는 것부터가 가장 기본적인 건축이고요.
So building walls, obviously, is the first thing you would want to do.
그래서 전체 집 구조를 이런 식으로 방을 만들고 뭐 거실을 만들고 화장실을 만들고 하는 건축을 시작하실 수 있습니다.
And you just build your home from here. You make your living room, bedroom, bathroom.
I want to talk about the build menu because what I find interesting is that instead of text tabs, you actually have a blueprint of a home, and that's sort of what you're indicating to players to then click through to see all the different building features that you can purchase and decorate your home with. Can you talk to me a little bit about this design choice?
일단 건축 컨텐츠라는 것 자체가 굉장히 복잡하고 많은 선택을 요구해요. 그래서 유저가 언제든지 원하는 걸 찾을 수 있도록 카테고라이징하는 게 굉장히 중요했는데 저희가 수많은 레퍼런스, 뭐 기존의 건축 툴이라든지 뭐 하우징 게임이라든지 모든 걸 통틀어서 다 찾아보았을 때도 가장 단연 압도적이었던 거는 심즈의 그림을 클릭하는 방식이었습니다. 그래서 그거를 차용을 좀 해서 유저들이 쉽게 원하는 기능을 찾을 수 있도록 디자인했습니다.
Yeah, so building content can actually be really complex and it requires a lot of decisions to be made by the player. And so categorizing all of the options was a big task. And for references, we try to look at a lot of different building tools or similar menus in games. But ultimately, we chose to focus on the Sims method, obviously, and we kind of molded our menus to kind of take after that feel.
I mean, I think it's interesting you reference The Sims because obviously The Sims has very much dominated the life simulation genre for so long. Can you talk a little bit, at least on the building part, of how we're able to sort of, what you were thinking about to distinguish yourself from, say, The Sims?
일단 저희가 조금 더 차별점을 두려고 한 거는 이 배치 방식에 조금 더 현존감을 주기 위해서 이 전체 레이아웃도 보시면 약간 스마트폰을 컨셉으로 모티프로 따왔어요. 그래서 이 스마트폰에서 마치 뭐 이케아나 아니면 다른 그 가구 서비스들에서 가구를 주문하는 것처럼 내가 만약 집을 짓는다면 실생활에서도 이런 식으로 가구를 주문하고 뭐 벽지를 배치하고 이런 걸 할 거기 때문에 조금 더 현실감 있게 우리가 흔히 일상생활에서 사용하는 서비스를 차용할 걸로 조금 더 차별화를 둔 것 같습니다.
So I think here we try to differentiate ourselves from The Sims by gearing more towards realism. So we try to look for something that would look like you would see on your smartphone. For example, like IKEA app or like furniture order service apps. So we kind of try to follow that natural flow of how you would first think about covering your walls, like deciding on your wallpaper, and then you would order furniture. So we try to really follow that realistic flow, and I think that's what we focused on when we try to differentiate ourselves.
I think that makes a lot of sense because when you hover over the items, like the furniture, it's almost as if it's like a shopping catalog. You have obviously the name of the product itself, but then a little bit of a description. So it's very much focused on the design aesthetic, interior design, and really being able to live out your fantasy of what your real home, what you aspire to have.
맞습니다. 실제로 그런 느낌 주려고 의도를 했고요. 지금 유저들이 많이 주는 피드백 중에 제일 좀 감동스러운 게 이 건축 디자인을 전공한 학생들이 굉장히 좋아한다고 지금 많은 얘기가 들리고 있는데 그거는 절대로 저희가 의도한 게 맞습니다.
Yeah, that was actually really intended. We wanted the furniture catalog to look like a real life catalog. And one of the items of feedback that we got that really touched me was that people who majored in construction and like furniture making, they were really into the realism of this menu.
Yeah, I think, again, I'm a builder. So being able to spend hours and hours picking the right texture, the wood grains of my chairs, the wallpaper, the lighting, is just very, very exciting for me. I do want to highlight one really special feature that Inzoi has, which is the 3D printer, because this is very, very cool, and I think it's worth doing a little bit of a demo. Can you walk us through it?
네, 일단 제작 탭에 들어가시면 요 3D 프린터라는 메뉴를 여실 수 있는데요. 여기서 이제 내가 원하는 이미지를 클릭해서 조금 큰 걸로 보여드리면
Yeah, so you have a 3D printer menu in the menu that you have on your left. If you select an image that you have on your computer and input that, you can wait a bit and you'll see what happens.
It's like magic.
네, 실제로 이거 기능을 활용해서 유저들이 정말 어마어마한 재밌는 것들을 만들어 주시고 계신데 굉장히 혁신적인 기능이라고 생각합니다.
Yeah, players were having a lot of fun with this. They were making all these different items using this feature. I think it's really innovative.
Yeah, so basically you can literally take any image, upload it into the game, and it'll create a 3D version of it that you can then use as an object within the game. I tested it out. The only picture I happen to have on my PC was a top half photo of Nick Jonas, and I did print Nick Jonas into my game. So yes, you can do people too. But that being said, the fact that you're able to customize all of this and really, you could literally take objects from your own room and put it into your in-game room, which is very, very cool. Like, look how cute that is. And you can also set the price of these too, right? So if you wanted something to be really expensive, you could? Or is it just free?
일단은 여기 기본 가격이 들어가 있고요. 가격은 일단 크게 뭐 퀄리티나 이런 거에 따라서 정해지지는 않습니다. 아직은.
Yeah, for now I think we just have the base price. The price doesn't really change based on the quality yet.
Well, that makes sense because it would be unfortunate if you uploaded something and then you couldn't even buy it yourself. I think I also would love to talk a little bit about the online community feature of it because I know with Canva, you guys are working in collaboration with that so that people can essentially download objects and download characters too. Can you talk a little bit about that?
네, 일단 로비 화면에서 보셨던 뭔가 이렇게 사원증 위에 뭔가 이렇게 뜨고 있는 화면이 있었는데 그게 바로 이 캔버스라는 거고요. 지금도 canvas.playinzoe.com 들어가시면 바로 구경을 하실 수 있습니다.
So you can also enter Canvas from that tablet that you saw in the main lobby. If you click on your ID, then you can enter Canvas. You can also go to canvas.playinzoe.com to see what people are uploading.
그래서 이렇게 아까 본 3D 프린터 기능을 활용해서 정말 어마어마한 창작물들을 만들어 주신 것도 볼 수 있고요.
So these are all creations from players using the 3D printer.
그리고 여기 보시면 오늘의 가장 인기 있는 조이 커스터마이즈를 보실 수 있습니다.
You can
Wait,
also
can we go
see
back? Is that a Homewrecker CEO? I want to downloaded 1.7K times. What are the storylines being made with this guy? Honestly.
다운로드를 하면 바로 게임에서 확인하실 수 있습니다.
Yeah, so if you download it, you can put him in your game.
그래서 각 얼굴들을 보시면 조금 되게 유명한 얼굴들 많이 확인하실 수도 있고요.
You can see there are a lot of likenesses of celebrities, and this is a list of the top creations that players have uploaded, so the most popular.
그리고 이 크리에이터가 제가 가장 감명을 받은 크리에이터인데 3D 프린터 액세서리 기능을 활용해가지고 이렇게 아트웍처럼 만들어서 정말 많은 인기를 끈 걸 보고 놀랐습니다.
And this character is really impressive to me because they used the accessory feature in character creation and 3D printer to really make the artwork like human.
그래서 아까 이 3D 프린터 중에 하나를 다운받아서 보여드리겠습니다.
So let me pick one and download it and put it in our game.
그래서 방금 보신 캔버스의 웹 서비스에 올라온 창작물을 바로 게임으로 다운받을 수 있는 기능입니다.
So you can just download anything from Canvas and then just immediately add it to your game.
That's so cute. A little Totoro clock. I would love to. I know our house is not done yet. That's okay. But I do want to jump into the gameplay aspect of it, which is essentially the third mode of any sort of life sim game, right? The interactions you have with other Zoids, the things that you do, getting a job. Can you walk us through a little bit about the gameplay?
네. 일단 기본적으로 WASD로도 이동을 할 수가 있고요.
You can move around using WASD.
아니면 그냥 뭐 다른 심즈 같은 방식처럼 클릭해서 이렇게 걸어갈 수도 있습니다.
Or you could choose the more Sims-like route and just use your mouse.
카메라를 멀리에 둬서 조금 더 이 풍경을 감상하실 수도 있고
You could zoom out to see your surroundings.
그리고 탭 키를 누르면 이렇게 캐릭터 시점으로 이동을 할 수가 있습니다.
Or if you press tab, you can just kind of see your Zoe in the shoulder view and really look through the eyes of your Zoe.
And I noticed with the UI design here, it's all very much similar to what we saw in the character creation. Can you talk a little bit about that reference, that simplistic design, the choice that you made?
네, 일단 저희 게임은 리얼리스틱한 그래픽이기 때문에 UI 자체가 굉장히 눈에 띄기보다는 조금 더 심플하고 좀 세련된 무드로 좀 뒤에 있기를 바랬어요. 그래서 기본적으로 이 멋진 그래픽이 방해되지 않는 선에서 필요한 UI들이 기본적으로 이렇게 세팅되도록 구성했고요.
Yeah, so our biggest strength is our realistic graphics. So we wanted to tone down the UI so that it's more simple, it's more classy. We wanted the UI to be in the background so it doesn't take away from the focus of the beautiful graphics.
Yeah, it definitely gives this very like Apple feel, right? Like I feel like I could see that in an Apple store.
네, 맞습니다. 애플을 굉장히 많이 영감을 받았고 게임에서도 어쩌면 애플이나 뭐 다른 멋진 IT 서비스들처럼 세련된 디자인을 하면 어떨까? 이런 생각에서 좀 새로운 시도를 하게 된 것 같습니다.
Yeah, we really tried to internalize Apple's philosophy as well, and we looked to other more stylish IT services out there, even outside of Apple, and incorporate that into our game.
Samantha feels threatened right now. What's happened with her? Is she making a new friend?
네, 지금 성격이 조금 안 좋은 편이라
They have a very weird personality, I think.
그래서 여기저기 시비를 좀 걸고 다니고 있는 것 같아요.
Samantha might not be the most sociable Zoe out there.
She's being very belligerent. She's like, picking fights with other Zoes.
I actually wanted to ask you about this with the Zoe interaction menu because it is noticeably different. We just talked about the simplistic UI design for everything else. Can you talk a little bit about this choice because it does stand out a little bit more?
네, 이건 굉장히 의도적인 이제 차이인데요. 기본적으로 여기 항상 유저를 조작하는 플레이어를 조작하는 이 유저의 UI들에는 굉장히 심플하고 좀 어떻게 보면 차분한 무드를 사용하는 반면 이제 요 UI 같은 경우는 이 조이가 조이들끼리 인터랙션하는 것이기 때문에 이거를 좀 더 구분해주기 위해서 의도적으로 조금 더 상큼한 느낌을 주려고 했던 것 같습니다.
Yeah, actually, that difference was intended for the player-facing UI. We wanted everything to be more simpler and more calmer, but for interactions, it's Zoe to Zoe interactions, and so we wanted the UIs for those two components to feel very different. We wanted the interactions between Zoes to really stand out, and that is also embodied in the UI.
To encourage players to also interact with each other, right?
맞습니다. 좀 더 시스템과 상호작용하는 것과 이 사람과 사람 사이에 상호작용하는 것을 의도적으로 다르게 시각적으로 구분을 해줬다고 보실 수 있겠습니다.
Yeah, we tried to have that visual difference, like interacting with the system and then interacting among Zoes. We wanted
Right.
to have
That makes a lot of
difference.
sense.
그럼 지금부터 이 해변으로 가는 거를 자동적으로 플레이를 한번 해볼게요.
Yeah, now I'll try to send my Zoe to the beach automatically.
네, 여기 보시면
She's speed walking.
이렇게 버스를 타고
They are on a bus now,
이동을
on their
하게
way to the
되고요.
beach.
이게 로딩이 발생하는데 이 로딩이 발생하는 이유는 이 세 개가 끊어져 있기 때문이 아니고 거리가 너무 멀기 때문에 순간적으로 빠르게 그 월드를 로드하는 것이 좀 시각적으로 이게 막 생겨나고 있기 때문에 굉장히 어색해요. 그래서 일부러 화면을 가린 것이고 실제로 천천히 걸어가시면 로드 없이 모든 세상을 다 탐험하실 수 있습니다.
The reason we just saw that loading screen there is because if we just suddenly move to a new place, the game will have to load in all these objects, and so the game wouldn't look very good if we just jumped to that location immediately. So the game is open world. The world is open world. So if you walk slowly, you can kind of see that. You can see this whole city without loading screens. It's just that when you use transportation, you have to jump, and so that's why the loading screen comes out.
Yeah, I think they call them rabbit holes, right? With live sim games, it's like when you go to work or when you are taking the bus to move to a different place on the map. There's those moments where you have like that loading, and it honestly makes sense so that you're not just, if you want to stay in the realism of this game, you need to make sure that everything is loaded in. Is she in a porta potty right now? Okay,
지금
she need to use the
화장실
restroom.
갔습니다. 네.
Yeah, she's needed to go.
그러면 이 화장실 욕구가 가득 찼고요.
Now her bathroom needs are satiated.
그리고 여기 있는 사람에게 플러팅을 한번 해보겠습니다.
Let's try flirting with this guy.
그리고 여기 보시면 이 사만타의 감정이 이렇게 보일 수 있습니다.
And you can see Samantha's emotions, what she's feeling right now, right here.
보면 성공적으로 첫 대화를 마쳤고요.
Guess her greeting was successful.
I have a question about the interactions because some of them are very specific. And so I'm kind of curious where the brainstorming and ideation came about all the different possible interactions you can have with another Zoe.
어, 일단 저희는 정말 많은 대화 컨텐츠를 만들려고 노력을 했고요. 그리고 조금 특이한 점이 있다면 이렇게 기본적으로 조이의 모든 정보들은 알 수가 없어요. 물어보기 전까지는. 그래서 그걸 통해서 조금 더 사실적인 인간관계를 구현하려고 했던 것 같습니다.
Yeah, we really tried to add a lot of conversational options, and what stands out in your interaction with other Zois is that all information about the other Zoi that you're talking with is locked until you specifically ask about it.
So it's almost kind of like a little side mission, side quest to unlock and understand the other Zois in your city.
그렇죠. 그리고 실제로도 저희가 사람 만났을 때 저 사람이 뭐 무슨 일을 하고 있는지, 뭐 어떤 사람을 좋아하는지, 뭐 결혼은 했는지 이거를 모르잖아요. 그거를 그대로 반영했다고 볼 수 있겠습니다.
Yes, we try to stick to the realism here. Like when you meet a person in real life, you don't immediately know what their job is, what they like, or whether they're married. We try to keep that in the game as well.
That's awesome. I want to wrap up this really quickly, but before we do, I want to show off the city features because there's a lot of customization beyond your Zoe itself that you can do to essentially make the city how you want it to be.
그래서 방금 보신 그 도시 편집 메뉴로 올라오시게 되면 아까 처음에도 봤던 이 타블렛 메뉴가 뜨게 되는데 요거는 이제 세계관적으로 유저가 조이에서 한 발짝 떨어져서 이 도시를 관리하는 사람 입장이 됐다라는 걸로 봐주시면 되고요.
Yeah, so we're moving into the city edit feature, and we see the tablet on screen right now. Lore-wise, this is you kind of. Previously, you were your Zoi, but now you've jumped outside of your Zoi's body, and now you've assumed the role of the city manager.
그래서 이렇게 날씨를 조정하고 이제 다시 월드로 돌아가게 되면 도시가 이렇게 눈이 내리는 모습을 보실 수 있고요.
So I just changed the weather, made it snow, and if you go back to your game, you can notice that it immediately started to snow.
그리고 날씨를 다시 써니로 바꾸고 여기 이렇게 전광판들을 바꿀 수도 있습니다.
You can change it back to sunny, and you can also edit the billboards that show up in your city and just put whatever you want in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of different features that I didn't even realize, honestly. I played like a bunch of hours on this, and there was constantly more and more things that I kept finding and unlocking. Like you can choose what animals populate your city and how many. Like you can have wild pandas running around, apparently. So it's just really incredible to be able to see all the different things that you can do that are really in your own control. Yes, and you can increase how high that population is, which is pretty awesome. Obviously, there's so much more, but I do want to make sure that we do have some time for questions from all of you as well as anyone who's watching on Twitch. So any final thoughts while we wrap up this game demo?
일단 많은 분이 좀 모르시고 있는 게 있어서 마지막으로 한번 얘기하고 가고 싶은 거는 저희가 UI를 커스터마이즈도 할 수 있어요. 그래서 이 원하는 대로 UI를 이렇게 옮겨가지고 자기가 원하는 플레이에 최적화된 경험을 하실 수 있습니다.
So a lot of players are actually unaware of this, but you can actually kind of move around the UI. So you can customize the UI to fit your playstyle, kind of drag things around.
I did not know that. That's very cool. I like it. It's like almost you're rearranging your, smartphone home screen or something.
맞습니다. 그
Yep.
게임성 그 자체도 유저가 원하는 대로 원하는 삶을 살 수 있다지만 UI도 그랑 마찬가지로 결을 같이 해서 원하는 대로 유저가 커스터마이즈 할 수 있다라는 방향이 같다고 보실 수 있습니다.
Yeah, so the game is all about choosing your life and living your own life. We wanted the UI to also reflect that, so you can change things however you want it.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for that game demo. And thank you for the conversation. Yeah, so I want to open up because I know we have a lot of students here who are interested in this, studying this, for any questions that you might have for June.
아, 기본적으로는 저희는 모든 의상을 다 캡처, 그 3D 캡처를 하고요. 그래서 그 의상을 이제 마블러스나 아니면 클로 이런 툴을 통해서 게임 속에 집어넣고요. 그리고
Yeah, so we did 3D captures of outfits, and we mostly used Marvelous and Clo.
네, 그리고 그거를 조금 더 게임에 최적화하기 위해 이제 3D Max를 사용합니다.
And we used 3D Max to optimize the outfits for the game.
I think they're passing some mics around.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm an advertising and branding major. So this seems like the perfect design tool for anyone trying to have their visions come to life. As a company or as like the programmers, do you guys encourage people to use this to help realize their creative visions that maybe it's harder to do in like physical space?
되게 저희 게임이 많은 사람들에게 좀 창의적인 인사이트를 주고 그게 또다시 게임으로 이어지고 그 게임으로 이어지는 게 또 다른 또 창작물을 만들어내고 하는 어떤 창작 이코시스템을 좀 생각을 했습니다. 이 질문을 제가 제대로 이해한 게 맞을지 모르겠는데요.
So we wanted our game to really give creative insights to a lot of different people. We wanted those insights to circle back to the game, and we wanted the game again to give other people creative inspiration. So we wanted to really build this kind of creative ecosystem. So maybe that plays into what you were mentioning.
All right, I saw one more hand in the front. This will be our last question.
My name is Gavin Batcher. I'm an advertising major, and this is going to go alongside of the advertising space. How do you plan to get such a built community as Sims and that fan base over into the Inzoi market and kind of build your community up from scratch, really?
그러니까 이 현실의 광고판을 어떻게 구현했는지일까요? 일단은 저희는 정말로 심즈를 정말 리스펙하고요. 정말 심즈라는 게임이 없었다면 인조이는 당연히 없었을 것이고 많은 것들이 정말 심즈에서 많은 영감을 얻었고 그렇기 때문에 저희는 어떻게 보면 공존하는 것을 목표로 하고 있어요. 그래서 그 심즈 커뮤니티를 우리 쪽으로 다 데려온다가 아니고 심즈는 심즈 맛의 매력을 느끼시고 우리는 또 리얼리스틱한 라이프 시뮬레이션이라는 이게 차별화된 매력이 있기 때문에 심즈도 즐기고 인조이도 즐기고 하는 것이 저희의 가장 목표입니다.
Yeah, so I really want to mention first that we really respect The Sims. If Sims did not exist, this game would not have come into existence, and we gained a lot of inspiration from The Sims. So rather than think of us taking away from their fan base, we really wanted to share the fan base. So instead of drawing people away from The Sims, we wanted to propose something new, like just a new type of life simulator, so that people would play The Sims and also play Inzoi.
Well, thank you so much. This was such a wonderful conversation. Thank you again to SCAD for hosting it. Thank you, Chiyun. Thank you, Erica. And shout out to everyone watching on Twitch. Thank you. It was such a great chat. We'll be around. If you have any more questions, we'll stick around. But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, Jiun Yoon, Melissa Yang, and Erica Kim. And thank you all for joining us. And please join us back here at the Museum of Art Theater at 2 p.m. for Refinery 29's Next in Fashion, Liberate the Silhouette with Willy Chavarria. See you there!